The Franklin community is coming together to restore a 111-year-old local treasure. Michaela Hawthorne visited the construction site today to get all the details.
I am currently standing under the Franklin Schoodic Hall where renovations are underway to restore this historic building. Franklin Schoodic Hall, previously a Grange Hall, was built in 1915 and is in its second phase of restoration, which consists of lifting the building and installing new support beams. Why such an effort to restore an old building? For Friends of Franklin Schoodic Hall Secretary Dan Green, this restoration is meaningful because of the memories the hall holds for his family and other local families. Memories like his brother's 5th grade graduation.
Grange halls, Oddfellow halls, Masonic halls. A lot of these old buildings are being torn down. And once they're gone, they're gone. You cannot replace them. When those people who have those memories are gone, it's really erased. We want to keep it going.
Green says he's looking forward to the community returning to this space for theater, cribbage tournaments, and more. Greg Raymond is the infrastructure advisor for the Friends of Franklin Schoodic Hall. He says one of the reasons he took on the role was because the organization is hiring local construction companies for this project, adding he's grateful for the project's donors.
Everybody that is working on this is local community, so the economic impact of doing these different phases also to the local community with the donations that are coming in, and it's coming into small town, Maine, and it doesn't always happen.
The Friends of Franklin Schoodic Hall are open to more donations as the 3rd phase of construction should begin early next year. Anyone interested in donating to the restoration efforts can visit franklinschoodichall.org or send checks to P.O. Box 124 in Franklin. Michaela Hawthorne, WABI News, Franklin.